Okay, what's up, dude? What are you doing here? Yeah, no, this isn't your panel, my guy. I wore your shirt and everything already. How much more do you want? Can he stay? Yeah? They don't want you here. I just asked him. All right, no, Chopper, stay. All right, cool. Thank you so much, y'all. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Arzu.
So, how has your weekend been now that you can actually talk about being Ezra Bridger?
Oh, Ezra Bridger. Just being able to say it feels good, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's amazing. I finally get to geek out with everybody about so many things Star Wars. I don't have a ton of friends back home who are like Star Wars people, so it's cool to be able to talk all about it without any restrictions. So when I got the call to be in it, funny story, I had already like 6 months before had this like weird interaction. It's gonna sound a little woo-woo, but I was just in my living room and something came up about someone going viral to play Space Aladdin. And I know. And I had sort of gone viral to play Aladdin at some point, back when they were doing Aladdin stuff, but I didn't have any credits or anything, so I didn't really get like an audition for that. And I was like, oh, Space Aladdin, like I didn't get Aladdin, but like maybe I could be Space Aladdin. So what's up with Space Aladdin, you know? So I Google Space Aladdin, and there's like a couple actors who are being compared to this older Ezra Bridger photo. And I'm like looking at that photo, and I just turn around, I'm like, that looks just like me. Dang, okay, what is this, you know? And then I was like, okay, let me go watch this show, Rebels, and see what Ezra's all about. And I didn't even have Disney Plus at the time, but for some reason, and I don't know how this happened, I have a Roku, it was my Roku. The Walker family was signed into my Roku. So I don't even know who those people are. I don't know how the heck they could have signed into my personal TV's home Roku. So I'm like, the Force, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna watch it. It's being done for me. So then I watched like first 5 minutes of Rebels, and then I got this like weird feeling that I should stop. And I was like, what is that feeling? And then I felt like, okay, ready? Here we're in the woo-woo part of the story. But you guys won't think it's that woo-woo because you like Star Wars and you'll get it. I was like, what's this weird feeling? And I'm kind of like, oh. And you know mediums who channel spirits? That has happened to me on accident in general life. Someone who's passed away spoke through me to someone here. Longer story for a different day. But I've become comfortable with the experience now, right? It's not strange to me. But then I'm like hearing Ezra, and I'm like, hello, you know, like in my living room, and it's Ezra, and he's like, what's up? And I'm like, is this what I think this is? You know, like, is this? And it's like all happens sort of immediately. He's like, yeah, this is what you think it is. And I'm like, oh my God, like, okay, so if you're here, it's because you want to, like, play through me? And it was kind of just like a, yeah, dude, if you're down, you know? And I was like, yeah, dude, you're a Jedi, dude. Like, of course I'm down, bro. And so we do like a spiritual handshake, like a Force ghost spiritual, you know, lock it up. And I send a bunch of pictures to my agent and manager, and I'm like, hey, when they cast for Ezra Bridger, I'm going to play him. Don't ask me how I know. And they're all kind of like, who is Ezra Bridger? 1, 2, why are you saying this? And by this time, by the way, I hadn't booked a single thing with them for like 3 years. So they're like, this dude's off his rocker, dude. He thinks he's going to be in Star Wars. He has never even booked anything with us. But Ezra showed up. Ezra was there, and he was like, yo, I want to hang out with you. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm down. And then 6 months later, we got the audition, and you get dummy sides. You don't get real lines from the show. So I got the dummy sides, and they were like, we think this is the thing you were talking about. And I was like, oh, yeah, definitely is. Like, I'm certain of it. Ezra's in the room, you know? Ezra's back. And so I did one take of each, sent him in, was pretty sure about it. The next day, I was taking a nap or something. I woke up to the call, and they were like, hey, you're the guy. And I was like, whoa, dude, that's crazy, yeah.
So within 24 hours?
Within 24 hours, they made the decision like that. But for me, it was like 6 months prior. Me and him locked it up, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I kind of said this was gonna,
So
like,
you knew 6 months.
I knew, yeah. So I kind of was like, whoa, it's cool to be here now. Like at this point. I celebrated like, woo, when he was in my living room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like grabbed my tennis racket and was like, oh my God, dude, I'm gonna be a Jedi, dude, finally, dude, some action, dude. I need some action in my life. And then so when they called me, I was just kind of like, all right, here we go. That was real, that happened. Like that did happen in my living room, I'm not crazy. So, but yeah, so it felt amazing. We shot the lightsaber scene that I did first, and that was like smooth sailing. I rocked that. We all rocked that. All the troopers, it was like easy peasy. And then this happened, and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, like, what are we gonna do? And then they came, and it took like 15, 20 minutes to take off all that stuff. And then they were like, all right, let's try it again. And we were like, oh, like, should I roll again? Like, what are we gonna do, So it was kind of a disaster at the first couple takes. And then actually it took like, we kind of lost a lot of time on that, I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but it is what it is. And post-strike, I can say whatever I want. And then, we lost a ton of time on that. And then at some point, they had a little meeting and they recouped, and I'm just kind of waiting. And then they pull me aside and they're like, all right, listen up, Eman, it's about to get really intense and we need you to be with us. I'm like, yeah, I'm here, let's rumble. Like, I'll do whatever you need. They're like, we're gonna go fast. I'm like, okay, cool, we're gonna be yelling. We're not mad at you, we're just gonna be yelling at everybody. I'm like, all right, cool, like, thanks for the heads up. We're gonna be trying to catch up on time. And so then we just like did everything like, not how, like, yes, how we choreographed, but we cut it up into different versions, and we just like would do the same kick like until we nailed it. And so we just became this like adrenaline-filled indie salvaging of that scene, which ended up being way more fun and actually way more exciting. We had random moves we came up with like at a different moment that weren't in the scene, and it ended up being my favorite scene to shoot, even though it was the worst rehearsal I'd ever had. You know what I mean?
Would you be willing to show off a few lightsaber moves if someone here in the audience would give you a lightsaber? Do it.
Huh? I know. Okay, yeah, throw it up here.
Woo!
Well, I can't throw it because it is.
Can I spin it?
Yeah, go for it.
Does it turn on?
Yeah, it's just in the back. I think you gotta like, just right here.
Why don't I know how to work this? You know what I mean? If anyone does. Thank you for that clarification. It's not my lightsaber. Wait, that's kind of like a hilarious, like, imagine you're a Jedi and you're like, one sec, like, what the fuck, dude? One sec, Darth, one sec, dog. It's not lit? Okay. So I used to, again, the Swiffer Sweeper, right? So I was like learning the spin, the slash, the side slash, the other slash, and then everything I was doing was with that Swiffer, and I definitely hit like everything in my house. You know what I mean? Like I was learning everything. But what I'm trying to learn now, because they taught me like the simple stuff, is I'm trying to learn the, what's it called? The Obiani spin, right? Which I don't know if I can do totally. Oh, I dropped my leg. Did you see that? You gonna play that game? Okay, that's enough. I don't want to do too much, but thank you so much for that.
I can't think of a more perfect note to end on. So one more time for Eman Esfandi.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. And thank you, Chris Larson with Bay Area Droid Builders for Chopper. Everyone, a round of applause for.